a truly beautiful mind. When we think of someone who is famous, for whatever reason, we often only think of their achievement. In fact, we only think of their one very specific achievement. We tend to miss out on the whole story. This is why we have a sudden rise in biopics, where we found out how the person got there, their history, their roots, and their motivations. Can you think of a figure whose story you did not know much about until you read or watch their biography? How did this change your opinion of the person? They became more human. You could empathize with them. Let us now look at the story of a genius, both his personal and academic lives. Albert Einstein. Timeline of important life events. Early childhood 1, 2. Born in Ulm, a German city on 14th March 1879. Aged 2.5, Albert wasn't talking as much as any other kid the same age. Playmates give him the nickname Brother Boring. Albert loved mechanical toys or related anecdote. He looked at his sister Maya and asked, "Where are her wheels?" Schooling 3 to 5. Albert's headmaster labels him to be a good for nothing and not destined for success. Starts learning to play violin at the age of 6 and soon blossoms into a gifted violinist. Went to high school in Munich and scored top marks in all his subjects. He then left the school and continued his education in Switzerland. University 6 to 8. He decided to study mathematics and physics in Zurich. There he fell in love with a Serb called Mileva Marias, a clever young woman. In 1900, Albert graduated at the age of 21. He worked as a teaching assistant and gave private lessons as well until he got a job as a technical expert in Bern. Bureau of Theoretical Physics 8, 9 and 12, 13. 1905. Special Theory of Relativity. Time and distance are not absolute, they are relative. Example, two clocks with varying speeds. E is equals to mc squared. 1915. General Theory of Relativity. Example, eclipse of the sun. The extent to which the light from fixed stars would be deflected through the sun's gravitational field. 1921. Nobel Prize for Physics. Mileva 10 to 11. Mileva was 3 years older than him, which caused some disagreements with his mother. Albert and Mileva got married in 1903 and got divorced in 1919. The war 14 to 16. 1933. Albert emigrated to the US when the Nazis came to power in Germany. 1938. Discovery of nuclear fission in Berlin. People fled. 2nd August 1939. Einstein writes a letter to the American President Franklin D. Roosevelt warning him about the uncausable destruction that nuclear power can cause. August 1945. Consequently, Americans dropped 2 atomic bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan. Einstein wrote to the UN proposing the formation of a world government, which went unacknowledged. He becomes more involved in public and political affairs and is heralded for propagating peace and democracy. Death 17. 1955, aged 76. Albert Einstein died a visionary, world citizen, and of course, a scientific genius.